After the conservator and guardian were almost removed from the case, the judge for American Pickers star Frank Fritz set the date for the hearing. The guardian and conservator neglected to submit their yearly reports on time. On August 18, 2022, friends of Frank, 60, submitted an emergency application for the star's appointment of a temporary guardian and conservator, arguing that Frank's competence to make decisions had been compromised following a stroke in July 2021. Prior to their filing of an annual report that was scheduled to be submitted on November 12, 2023, Guardian Chris Davis and Conservator Midwest One Bank were under threat from the court, according to a prior story published by the U.S. Sun. Hi guys, my name is Elena. Welcome to my channel Pickers Gossip. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel. So let's start. The U.S. Sun can exclusively reveal that the court in the case has set a hearing on April 4, even though the reports were ultimately submitted in January. The court determines that the annual reports from the conservator and the guardian should be scheduled for hearing, the court document said. Thus, it is mandated that a hearing regarding the annual reports be held on April 4, 2024. A notice of delinquency for conservatorships was filed on December 1, 2023, according to a prior article by the U.S. Sun, following their failure to complete yearly reports. Penalties for not filing the yearly report include a report being made to the presiding judge, according to court documents, the fiduciaries that might be eliminated. A report is being presented to the Judicial Branch Administrator and Chief Judge of the Judicial District. Additionally, a report is being submitted to the Committee on Professional Ethics and Conduct. Disciplinary action may follow. On January 17, the conservator and guardian of the American Pickers alumnus asked that the yearly report be sealed. An yearly report on Frank's health and welfare has been prepared, according to Guardian Chris in the joint motion to file under seal that the U.S. Sun had acquired. Midwest-owned bank conservator said that they had finished Frank's yearly report on his financial and real estate holdings. The guardian, conservator, and Frank all jointly request that the court allow the annual reports to be filed under seal to protect the protected person's privacy and estate, because Frank is a well-known celebrity, according to the court documents. The motion was granted by an Iowa court, and the yearly report and any supporting documentation must now be filed at Security Level 3. Secondly, be cautious. This is the second occasion that the guardian or conservator has neglected to provide the required documentation by the deadline. A notice of delinquency for conservatorships was filed on June 2, 2023, according to a prior story by the U.S. Sun. By December 12, 2022, the deadline for filing an inventory report had passed. Later that month, the report was submitted. Conservatory. The news that the conservatorship was filed in August 2022 was first reported by the U.S. Sun. Mr. Fritz's decision-making capacity is so impaired because of his stroke that he is unable to care for his own safety or to provide for necessities such as food, shelter, clothing, or medical care, without which physical injury or illness may occur, according to the records that the U.S. Sun was able to get. Mr. Fritz is unable to make, discuss, or carry out crucial choices involving his own financial affairs due to his severe impairment in decision-making. The court documents referenced a medical evidence that purportedly demonstrated Frank's lack of decision-making ability. Decisions must be made for Mr. Fritz's care and placement while he continues to recover and receive treatment for his injuries, the legal documents stated. To protect him from immediate harm, a conservator and guardian must be appointed. The petitioner asked to be Frank's guardian. This person is a different, close friend of Frank's who has been helping him make decisions ever since the stroke. Frank's Crohn's illness treatment and ongoing physical therapy have benefited from the guardian. In addition, he has assisted the former American Pickers star with cooking, grocery shopping, and transportation to whatever activity he chooses to pursue. Improving? As his friend earlier informed the U.S. Sun, Frank has improved today, and he does so every day. After a stroke, you're never fully recovered, but he's doing well. He knows what is happening. You could sit and speak with him if he were seated here at this moment. He's still the same Frank. After the stroke, Frank was confined to a wheelchair and had a ramp built outside his Iowa house. He can walk, but he's going to need the wheelchair because he can't walk long distances, the buddy revealed. In essence, you become immobile. He stopped moving. A stroke can occur on either the left or right side. It happened on his right side. Private by nature, Frank enjoys being totally out of the limelight. The acquaintance claimed that the most common misperception regarding Frank is his health. He had a stroke, but the insider clarified that he is not so incapacitated that he cannot do anything or do as he pleases. That doesn't cause him any issues. It was merely a shift in lifestyle that caused him to slow down. He's still the same Frank. He's got a terrific sense of humor and a positive mindset. He has an optimistic outlook. We joke around all the time. In order for him to accept all of that, you have to make the most of the circumstances. He's a happy guy with a sound sense of humor, and his mind is right. The conservatorship is temporary, he continued. Frank's estate. Frank's attorney reportedly filed a will prior to death on October 11, 2023, according to a previous article from the U.S. Sun. According to Iowa courts, the filing was intended to safekeep the American Pickers star's will. The will has been examined and approved by an Iowa court. Frank's net worth is projected to be $6 million. KLA's Fr. Frank. Frank was last seen on an episode of American Pickers in March 2020. Frank has been unable to return to the show more than a year after having the stroke, according to a prior article from the U.S. Sun. The U.S. Sun was informed by a person close to Frank that he really can't return to the show because the stroke affected his speech. But one day, you never know, there's always hope. The U.S. Sun was informed by a second insider that the cast and show want him to come back and film, but he can't. Currently starring on the program are Jersey John, Chalet, Danielle Colby, Mike Wolf, and his brother Robbie.